If there's one thing that I can relate to, it's being an absolute legend with one fatal flaw, which is why I have such a kinship with the Shure SM7b. This right here is probably one of the most seen microphones in the modern era, just because of it's popular with podcasts, etc. But there's a flaw, okay? Every time you try to get the right volume level or the right gain amount on an SM7b, you're gonna really be out of luck unless you have a super high gain preamp, which is why usually in the past you've had to buy like a launcher or a cloud lifter or something to pair with it to kind of add extra gain to it. So that was like the one flaw of an otherwise perfect microphone. But Shure has finally fixed it with the release of this right here. It actually has a built-in preamp that you can either choose to bypass or use just going straight into a preamp or interface or something like that. So we're gonna check out this brand new microphone and kind of put it through its paces and see what it sounds like. So the number one place that you've probably seen this microphone is on radio shows and podcasts, which are more popular than ever. So this is basically right up on it with this new active preamp engaged. You can also bypass it, and so it works just as regular SM7B does in traditional mode, and there's other kind of EQ bump and cut options that you have on the actual microphone itself. But this is essentially it. Now, one of the reasons that I love this microphone, and I actually use this to record guitar cabinets too, is because of the insane amount of off-axis rejection, which is why this microphone has become kind of a legend in the first place. You can be kind of off to the side, and I'm speaking the same volume, but you can barely really hear it. See, here I am coming back to it, and it's a totally different thing when you're kind of off the mic or whatever than when you're right up on it. So that's why it's perfect for podcasts, because you don't really need a super well-treated room. You can kind of get away with it. It'll fix some of the room issues that you have while recording it, and it kind of gives you that dynamic voice too. You can see here they also sent me this podcast arm thing, this boom arm that they say is for podcasting, but we're going to use it for recording. So one thing that I wanted to do is actually test it out on just kind of some regular microphone type stuff in my workflow. I'm not really a podcaster by nature yet, but I do acoustic, electric guitar, singer-songwriter stuff. So one thing that I have never used a SM7B on is acoustic guitar. So this is one of the cool things I wanted to try it out with, because having that preamp engaged should be good enough to just record gentle, soulful acoustic music. So I think that's the first thing we're going to do, and then maybe add a few things and just kind of see how it sounds. All right, so you can see here, you just kind of loosen these up and then move it around. Now, one thing specifically for recording music is if you're in a noisy environment, there was a semi truck just kind of stalling outside my window, and none of it picked it up through the microphone, which is one of the reasons you might want to consider getting one of these. All right, next test is going to be adding some electric guitar, get a mic up and amp. All right, let's see how it sounds with some vocals.
mad, and I fall in for lines. I feel they find me, my friends, so that I seek it out. A checkup I need, but I can't seem to bleed. All of this paid for, we know you're not made for the struggle. Why don't you work? Is there something you heard from third-hand account? Who knows nothing about it? Lost in the world, and flashbacks that could fade without it. On the way up, powdered and dust, with such a big spender, I need to remember to shake it off. Patience and bless, mostly depressed, still trying to learn when to wait for my turn or to leave. Why don't you stay? Ride out doomsday. The girl with some cloud who knows something about it. Lost in the world, flashbacks that could fade without it. A train wreck of mess, and I fall in for line. I feel they find me, my friends, and I seek it out.